Good evening. Welcome to Grandma's Attic Music Review. I hope you had a great weekend last weekend. It was Memorial Day weekend. We're back into the grind again. Let's not have any more holidays till, well, July 4th, okay? So, you know how I feel about the music community. And our music community is so awesome, and they're always reaching out to one another and helping each other and encouraging one another. And you've seen and heard Terry LaChance. She's been on the show a couple of times now, both by herself and with other people. But she does this breakfast music and breakfast thing, and because of commercial type things, I can't say it on this station. But I was watching her because she goes live when she does this breakfast music thing, and I got stuck. I had to listen more because what I was watching was very engaging and good music. So I texted her and I said, does this person do any originals? You know how I feel about originals. Well, he did. And the song that he did blew me away, and it was incredible. And I immediately told her that I needed to get to know him and that I needed to have him here on the show. I think you're going to really like it. I hope he plays the song that he played that morning. It was called Willow, so listen for that name because I think you'll love that song. I think you'll love what he does. Welcome into your heart and into your home, Austin Hills.
Simply Thank you. The name of that song was Simple Minds. And this next song that I'm going to play is a song that Grandma found me for. His name is song Willow. Weeping willow and an open bow, flipping pages for another look in the general direction of a hollow pie. Slipping backwards and my feet numb, sick of walking in the yellow sun in the general direction of a shallow mind. And I've been waiting far too long to see what it's all about. And I've been hearing words misleading. Take me far from that place. I fear now that I can't handle. I don't want to know. Mind is empty and my mouth is full, speaking phrases for another soul, while I relay the message that it's quite alright. Smooth the pavement with your rubber sole, lose the notion of you growing old, 'cause we're off in the direction of your lost soul. And I've been waiting far too long to see what it's all about. And I've been hearing words misleading. Take me far from that place. I fear now that I can't handle. I don't want to know. And I've been waiting far too long to see what it's all about. And I've been hearing words misleading. Take me far from that place. I fear now that I can't handle. I don't want to know.
Woohoo!
Thank you. That was Willow. This next song I'm going to play, it's called No Resolution. Life is just a pathway to grow old. When you lock yourself inside your own, living through an animated screen, leaves you in a world of make-believe. Hey people, what's to see? No resolution for my heart to breathe. Hey people, figure now is all about. I will have to let you know when I will be back around the show. But till then I vow to be alone, lost inside my television show. Hey people, what's to see? No resolution for my heart to breathe. Hey people, figure now, it's time to see what life is all about. What's to see? No resolution for my heart to breathe. Hey people, figure now, it's time to see what life is all about. It's time to see what life is all about.
Woohoo!
Thank you. This next song is called Arms. Sun comes up to say you're still alone. Bring your arms back home. Sun comes up to say you're still alone. Bring your arms back home. When I saw you just the other day, pocket full of change but in an empty way. Couldn't read your eyes cause they just seemed to slip away every time I try to glance upon your stolen face. You told me you'd be fine if you had the time to make your mind. You pardon me away. Sun comes up saying you're still alone. Bring your arms back home. Sun comes up saying you're still alone. Bring your arms back home. Now I haven't seen you in a week or so. Maybe you're just stuck at home, but I don't know. Looking out your window as the day turns into night, only getting up for turning out the light. And you had your share of pain, in the silence had to make your way. You need to hear me say, even though I know it's wrong, I can't let you settle Take my hand and let it go. You and I can go back home.
Woohoo!
Thank you. This next song I'm going to play, it's called Rest in Love, which is also the title of my first EP, and this is the first song off of that EP. Rest in love, but don't hold their hand. You can hide your eyes till tomorrow. Give them faith, but don't stand by their side. You claim that you have no reason. Standing in the way of another perfect circle drawn without a trace. Looking at the way of another 100,000 living day to day. Never giving back again. Never giving thanks for what they have. Never giving up a chance. Start a new romance. Rest in love, but don't hold their hand. You can hide your eyes till tomorrow. Give them faith, but don't stand by their side. You claim that you have no reason. Maybe it's the way. Every time I turn my head, the faces seem to sway. Maybe I'm too late. Every time I take a step, they take it too away. Never giving back again. Never giving thanks for what they have. Never giving up a chance. Start a new romance. Rest in love, but don't hold their hand. You can hide your eyes till tomorrow. Give them faith, but don't stand by their side. You claim that you have no reason. Rest in love, but don't hold their hand. You can hide your eyes till tomorrow. Give them faith, but don't stand by their side. You claim that you have no reason. Thank you. This is another song off that album. It's called Waste of Breath. Three shells played parts still unseen. One to seal my loss. Said methods turn uneasy. Point I made across. The screech in my head is laced with a ring, ringing left unsigned. And painting the streets with the blood of my kin, more than just my child. Pick me up and tell me that there's more to life than this. Take my hand and tell me it's alright. Shoot another round into my sun. Take another breath. Put down your gun. Take another look at what you sow. Take it all back now. Won't you come home? Won't you come home? With my child, you took a piece of me, gone without my plea. How you took his life so easily, I may never see. The screech in my head is laced with a ring, ringing left unsigned. Painting the streets with the blood of my kin, it's more than just my child. Pick me up and tell me that there's more to life than this. Well, take my hand and tell me it's alright. Shoot another round into my sun. Take another breath. Put down your gun. Take another look at what you sow. Take it all back now. Won't you come home? Won't you come home? Thank you. So, a lighter note. Here's another song. It's called The Rockville Wizard. What happened in your mind? Patient kid of mine, having to decide this. everlasting high. What happened in your head? Chosen words unsaid. The silence he had pled. Yeah, consciousness still bled on the grass, through the trees, in the park, by the stream. There he sits with his staff in his mind, nothing left. To who do you reply? Blue and empty sky. Your fate still left untried. Or is it worth you hide on the grass, through the trees, in the park, by the stream? There he sits with his staff in his mind, nothing left. On the grass, through the trees, in the park, by the stream. There he sits with his staff in his mind, nothing left.
Oh,
Thank you.
whew, that's a good one.
See my notes over here. I have my friend Joshua Romanowski. We play in a band together back up towards the northern part of Connecticut named Gravity X3, and we've been playing a lot lately, and so I decided to bring him here with me. The right-hand man. All right, we got one more here for you guys. This is one that I wrote. Really inspired me was just some of the natural beauty in Connecticut, and I think you'll hear it in the song. No, I've seen most everything, and deep in the evergreens, and I felt the warmest breeze, the pomelos waving back at me. But then those autumn leaves, it take my breath right away from me. As far as I can see, the only place I wanna be. And down by the waterfall, far from the ocean salt, the birds looking down on me, they sing me a memory, rustling through the leaves. It's something that's clear to me, all through the mossy trees. I hear nature's melody, because I am alright here beneath the autumn leaves, singing my song underneath the maple tree. And I can't resist bringing up a memory, something that's mine. I don't have the heart to leave behind. No, I've spent a lot of time laying low and feeling fine, but I know this sunny day will give way to the winter say. Because I am alright here beneath the autumn leaves, singing my song underneath the maple tree. And I can't resist bringing up a memory, something that's mine. I don't have the heart to leave behind.
Oof.
Thank you.
So while the guys are coming over and miking up, let's talk. It's summertime. Officially, last weekend was Memorial Day weekend. It's now time to party. Go to the beach. Have some outdoor picnics. Come on over and put your mics on, guys. So there's some safety things we still need to recognize. COVID is still out there, and there's new variants to it. So stay safe. Wash your hands a lot. try not to be hugging people that you don't know if they've had their vaccine or if they've got COVID or whatever. Let's not spread it more. And check on your neighbors. This hot weather is going to kick in. If your neighbors are elderly, make sure that they have fresh drinking water and a way to stay cool. And your neighbors that have little children, make sure those little children are safe and that they have what they need, okay? Be a good neighbor. Take care of your community. And I'm going to talk to our duo. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Oh, welcome to the attic. It's so much fun to have good musicians come in and play their original music. It excites me. Can you tell? You're such a good songwriter.
Well, thank you. Well, first of all, I want to thank you for having me here. I think it's a beautiful thing that you're doing. You know, anything to support local music and
I've been doing
bring
it
that
a
more to life.
long time. It's my passion, and getting your music out there to people that normally wouldn't see live music, right? Because people that watch public access TV don't usually go out to shows,
Fair enough.
right? But anyway, there's so much about you I want to talk about. First, let's talk about your band.
Okay. Yeah. I have a trio named Gravity X3. He's a bass player and we have a drummer.
Okay.
And,
Paul.
drummer Paul Tuzio.
Okay.
And we started playing about a year and a half ago. Since
Okay.
We started playing together. And since then,
Right before COVID.
yeah, it was unfortunate because we had about 3 months before COVID hit, and then it just kind of fell apart. You know, we took a break for a while, and then we started practicing again. You
Nice.
know? And we grew a lot together within that time, and it's really good to see that change.
Yep.
But now we're getting back to it. We're playing gigs every weekend. And
Nice.
now it's warm weather, we're outdoors, you know.
Absolutely.
And I'm really happy to see a lot of live local music venues start opening up again.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
Now, in Gravity X3, is that
Yep.
what it's called? Gravity X3, like
Yep.
Gravity times 3?
Pretty
but
much.
Gravity X3. Do you play your originals?
Yeah, I have a couple of originals I play with them. We play together.
Try to sneak them in.
Yeah, we sneak them in. You
You
know, a lot
do.
of times when you're
You
playing
do a
in-
lot of covers.
Yeah, a lot of times when you're playing in bars, people want to hear the covers and they want to dance, and we got to sneak them in sometimes. But people,
Well, yeah.
I've gotten good feedback from them, so I'm hoping to put more into there.
You
Should be
should.
great.
You absolutely should. And you should get these originals on a CD.
I do have one CD
You
that I already
do?
recorded. I did bring it with me today. I have it over there. And I'll give you a copy when we're done
Okay.
for you.
All right, I would have held it up and showed the world.
Yeah.
Tell everybody where they can find that CD.
You can find that CD. If you look up my name, Austin Hills, on Bandcamp, Spotify, Apple Music. There's a few other ones that are lesser known, but it's all out there. Austin Hills. The EP's name is Rest in Love, and it came about last year when there was no more gigs to play, and I had a
Right.
lot more free time, but a lot of musical energy to put to something. So I decided to put my time towards recording.
All right. How did you guys meet?
Open mics.
Nice.
Hanging out, working in the bars, playing music, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, just
Do you play a regular bass in Gravity X3, or do you play your
Yeah.
upright?
Both. We've been usually what's been working out good is acoustic guitar and upright bass and light percussion for the dinner crowd, and
Yep.
then we switched to electric and Austin
So
melts faces.
your bass has an incredible sound to it.
Oh, thank you.
Every instrument has a different. Every instrument has a little bit of a different sound to it. You know that. You guys are musicians. I don't have to tell you about that. Your upright has an amazing, rich, and resonating sound to it, which I really enjoyed.
Nice.
I think that our Drew guy really enjoyed it too. He has a thing for. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Do you prefer your upright, or do you prefer playing electric bass?
I enjoy the upright.
Yeah,
I
it's a
mean-
lot of fun, right?
Yeah.
Get some attention, right?
Yeah, it started out as almost a shtick, but
It did.
yeah.
Why's that?
I brought it out to an open mic, my first open mic, and instantly it was like, got some gigs.
Is that what you were playing in high school?
Elementary school was my first instrument.
Wow.
But yeah, came back full circle.
It did.
Quit, decided to skateboard, came back to music.
How'd the skateboard thing work out for you?
Not so well.
My son used to skateboard, then he fell down enough times to his knees were done. You know, I think that happens to a lot of people. So I want to talk about Willow.
Okay.
When Terry said to you, "Do you have any originals?" What went through your mind?
Well, that was the first one that popped in my mind. It's something we had been working on it recently with the band, so that was on the top of my mind, and I've been practicing a lot. And that one, I just, I really like that one because it's got a lighter side to it.
Yep.
Kind of goes catchy chorus.
Yep.
Type of thing, and that one, it's interesting how that one came together. Is I had two different parts of the song for a long time, and then one day I was able to meld them together, and it worked out, and
nice.
then I kind of fell in love with it,
How did you feel when Terry let you know that there was a crazy woman out there with this little TV show that she wanted you on? How did that make you feel?
It was cool. I mean, I think that it's beautiful the way that the live stream and stuff like that can connect people.
Yep.
Because, I mean, we may have never met had it not been that,
Right, we
and
wouldn't
through a
have.
mutual friend.
Right. And Terry's doing wonderful things for musicians,
She
and
is.
she has extremely good taste in good musicians. There's a lot of musicians out there that not everybody is good,
Yeah, there's people at all skill levels, and there's a crowd for everybody.
There is. Yeah, and sometimes the drunker the better.
Yeah.
I don't even drink, but the drunker the better. It's a good thing. What makes you write a song?
A lot of times I'm playing music all the time, and then I'll hear certain things that inspire me, like a little chord progression or a little melody idea, and it'll sit in my head, and it's something, it rings to my ears. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times I'll sit on it for a while, record little things around it, and then a lot of times I start with the music, and the lyrics come after. For the most part. I've been thinking about doing some little stuff, something different, trying to find a lyricist to work with too. I feel like that's not my strongest suit, but
really, I find your lyrics to be what's the word I want? I don't know. I'll come up with it. The word I want is I'm old. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm old. Inviting, intuitive. They shed some light on whatever you're singing about, and that's a good thing. I find that musicians and singer-songwriters, especially that write a lot of originals, put down emotions and feelings and thoughts that normal earth people like me don't understand. And when we hear the song, we're like, oh yeah, now I get it. That's what you guys do. And that's a wonderful thing, because that's why music is so important.
It's very
Because
important.
it helps people to connect, number one, but to process their thoughts. It helps a lot. So what do you like most about being in the music business? Because you're playing a lot, so you're in the biz, you're making a little bit of change, not a lot, just enough to pay the band and put gas in the car.
Yeah, pretty much.
What do you like about the business?
I've always been really big in music, and it's been a part of my family, and it's just something I've always loved. And I think the biggest thing that I love about it is the connection that you have with other people. Mm-hmm. I know so many people I would have never met, even if I walked into them on the street. I would have never known these people, and they're all great people too, And it's made a lot of good friendships through it, for sure.
I agree. Music makes good friends. What do you like about the music business?
I like being able to play for people and just see them enjoying themselves as the night goes on, just happy people, like you're contributing to their good time. So I like being able to provide that to people. And
Awesome. What do you guys think about Gravity times 3? Generation, where'd that come from? Gravity times 3 doing a CD. What is that in the plans, or?
That's actually something we're working on right now. We're just getting all the recording that I do is mostly do-it-yourself type stuff, and it takes a while to build up the money to get the certain equipment you need.
It does.
And we're actually pretty close on that, and we're hoping to this summer record some more stuff and have an actual band CD out. That'll be nice.
That will be awesome. I know a DJ that has a radio show that loves to play local music.
Yeah, that'd be wonderful.
I'd love to do that for you. Get your music out there. That's what it's all about. Want to tell our listeners some of the gigs that you have coming up and where they can see you? This show is not airing till the 5th of June, so after that.
Okay. One of the big ones that I know of is July 16th. We're going to be at the Opera House in Broadbrook.
Nice.
Which is going to be an original show, which is one that it's a ticketed event. You have to buy tickets for it. It's to be us, and we're opening for Sage King Band.
Okay.
Which Josh is actually the bass player in that band too.
Nice. You get around, don't you?
Try to, yeah.
Well, there's a lot of people that need a good bass player, so you're doing well. That's awesome. So that's the 16th.
July 16th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And tell everybody where that is again.
It's the Opera House in Broadbrook.
Okay. Do you have a social media presence that people can find you on?
Oh, definitely. You can find our band Gravity X3 if you look on Facebook. It'd be the easiest place to find us, and we post all of our gigs there. We have videos and recordings of songs that we do, and from there you can also find me, Austin Hills. Probably the only Austin Hills that looks like me. You'll recognize it if you look me up. But
that's cool. What do your parents think of all of this? I hear from something you said a few minutes ago that you're a musical family. So what do they think of all this?
Well, my mom's always been supportive of me, And my grandfather was in a country band when he was younger.
Oh,
so he
cool.
always loves hearing everything that I'm doing, and my family, they ultimately have been supportive, and they're happy that I'm pursuing something that makes me happy.
Nice. Your mother's gonna love watching this DVD. She's gonna think this is fabulous. She'll
show it to all of her friends.
She probably will. That's what moms do. They show off their kids. So we've talked about your writing process. We've talked about your gigs coming up. One gig. You do have more?
Yeah. Well, we have a lot of gigs that we do, like little local places.
That's a good thing. Tell people that, because that's where people will come out to see you.
Yeah. Well, if you find us on Facebook, you can find the full list.
We're playing Saturday, Memorial Day at.
That's this weekend, and this show will be all over.
So
this show won't be on yet.
Okay. Yeah.
We're on a very week-to-week basis.
Yeah.
It's been a very busy year
I
so
understand.
far.
I understand.
Lake George Tavern in Wales, we're there a lot. Bond 124 in Summers, we're there a lot.
There's
Still, Ellington.
the pub in South Windsor. I do an open mic every Tuesday there. I host.
Oh, nice.
I co-host with Jane Lovett.
Do I know that name?
She knows a lot of people.
Has she been on my show yet?
I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
I don't think she has.
I think you need to send her to me.
I will.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I want to hear some of her stuff. And if she's hosting open mics with you, she's probably a pretty talented musician.
She is. She's talented.
There you go. That's what it's all about. What do you think of the Connecticut music scene?
I enjoy it a lot. I've had pretty good success in Connecticut, being able to, because there's a lot of bars that will hire musicians, and like everybody I've met within the scene, they're very tight knit, and they're not in a way that they're exclude people, but they're all very supportive. And I have friends who live in other places. I have a friend who lives in New York, and it's very difficult to get in down there to even play. But I think there's a little bit for everybody here. And there's all different styles of music out there, too.
Right. I think that the Connecticut music scene is a little different than anywhere else in the world. I think that we're all-inclusive and extremely supportive of each other. And a lot of musicians, I know I included myself in that, but I'm so involved with watching what everybody's doing. I kind of feel like I'm part of it, but I'm not. Ask me what I play. I'll tell you, the radio. But I think that the musicians get to engage and intermingle and mix up their sounds by playing with the other musicians. And I think that's what Connecticut is different, because they want to work together.
Yeah.
Have you worked on anybody else's albums, or have you worked with anybody else that we might know or that might have been here, or that have you worked with other musicians in the state?
I have other people. I did over the last year. I did a lot of remote recording, so we can record and send it to each other, and it comes out pretty good. I have friends in like New York. I was sending stuff to friends in Massachusetts.
Cool.
And that really opened up a lot of doors in that aspect, and a lot of different friends and stuff like that. And I really enjoyed that.
That's fun. I think that COVID made us all explore different ways of allowing our creative juices to flow, right?
Yeah.
Right? So you're going to get a CD together with Gravity X3. I hope I can remember that.
Yep.
my memory isn't all that good. And when you were playing, you said you had one more for us, but I hope you have another one.
Yeah, I do have one for the end.
I'm so happy. I got scared there for a minute that you weren't going to have a song to take us out with.
I was saving one.
That's awesome. What do you know about the breakfast thing that Terry's doing? Are you going to be back there?
I would like to go back there. I need to get back. I had to ask her about that again. The only problem is I've been pretty busy throughout the springtime, and I'm hoping once we get through the summer, once it's not 90 degrees outside,
right?
I'd love to do that again.
Yeah, it's a good little gig, and her going live with it certainly puts you guys out there, and it's certainly how we met. And I'm so glad, because your music is fabulous. I don't say that to everybody, just so you know. I don't say that to everybody. I really enjoy your music. I love your lyrics. I love the way you present yourself. I love the charisma that comes from you when you're playing. And I'd love to have, when things open up a little bit, we'll have the whole band here. I promise you that. As soon as things open up and I'm allowed to have the band in, all three of you will be back here. I promise. I promise. When I say a promise, it's a promise. I'll have you guys back and we'll tear it up.
Oh yeah.
Okay?
Sounds good to me.
Take us out with a song, and thank you so much for being a part of the Attic.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Take your mic off. Okay, guys, here's the deal. Shop local. Check out the local stores. Check out the local galleries. Check out the music venues. Check out the hygienic.org. There's a bunch of things already scheduled for in the art park for music. I know that Mitch Fest is coming up. That's a fundraiser, and I think that it's important that we support our local fundraisers that are being supported by musicians. There's a homeless hospitality center gig coming up in June. Also, check that out at homelesshospitality.org. Listen, guys, we got to take care of our neighborhood. You know that. I know that. What we do in our neighborhood stays in our neighborhood and grows our neighborhood. So until next week, everybody, let these guys entertain you, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Little possum on the ground, from a hole that has been found. Little possum on the ground, he's feeding, and he doesn't make a sound. Little possum on the ground, from a hole that has been found. Little possum, hurry home, he's fleeting. Don't lead them back to your abode. Little possum's on the ground, has no fear, just stick around. Little possum on the ground, has no fear, only feeling fine. Little possum on the ground, has no fear to stick around. Little possum on the ground, he's feeding, he doesn't make a sound. Little possum on the ground, has no fear to stick around. Little possum, hurry home, he's fleeting. Don't lead them back to your abode. Little possum on the ground, has no fear, just stick around. Little possum on the ground, has no fear, only feeling